Hello, welcome to Narwhal Gaming. I am Doug, and this is Kerbal Space Program, obviously. And then we have run into a predicament during my grinding. I have Val and 3 tourists stranded in orbit. They have fuel, but I can't get them back down because they keep burning up in atmosphere. I am going to have to do a rendezvous and add some parts to their capsule before they can come down safely, or just transfer them over. Well, I can't transfer tourists, so I guess I have to do an engineer rescue, send one up and add some parts. But before I can do that, I have to do some more science, which is where we are now. I'm going to do a trip to the moon before I really should. I did find out I can do EVAs in space. I can't do soil samples yet, but we're going to be in space, so soil samples don't really matter. This is our moon orbital spacecraft. These will all light up. The outers will fuel the insides, and then these will fuel the center. A couple of space or science juniors here. I brought a science collector pod here so that I can ditch these on re-entry to Kerbin. And I got some temp and goo, and there's some goo, pressure, temperature, all that good stuff. Now you're probably wondering why these are on top of the capsule instead of down here. Because the capsule is heavier than these all this combined, so if I were to put these on the bottom during re-entry, the heavy part would want to flip forward, and then it would be basically a lawn dart, and I would run into the same problem I'm having with Val and the tourists at the moment. So we put the heavy part on the bottom, got a heat shield under here that'll hopefully help protect. Speaking of, while I'm doing that, I'm going to put one under the surface here, just for safety. Gotta put it there, grab this, place that there. Okay, we should be protected. I'm going to close that, I'm going to close that. I have some drogue chutes. Oh, I don't have solar. Good catch. Put a couple solar panels here, one on each side, and then I'm going to stick a battery, just one, right above there. And I think it's in the other video, but you'll notice I finally got around to putting a flag in the programs, the flag folder. Not too difficult, just make up a flag in paint, make it, was it 511 by some other dimension, no, 256 by 511, 512, I don't remember. If you go into the flags program, the program's flags folder, and hover over one of the pre-existing flags, it'll tell you the dimensions. It's easy. Okay, I believe we are, oh, I have to stage my drones in the correct order, my drogues, and then the main chute. I don't have a big blue parachute, I have the small ones, which I think we are light enough to survive. Okay, so make sure, check your staging. Boom. And then we want all the rockets to fire off at the same time. Put those. And then, yeah, MechJeb must be integrated into all command modules now, because I don't have MechJeb even available. Although at this stage it only gives me Delta V stats. We got, what, 5,500, which according to my fuel map is more than enough to do a free return trajectory. We will not be going to the surface. And then what else we got here? Settings, boom, don't need that. And vessel info. Okay, don't really need that. We are gonna call this mun free rate sci for science. Free return for science. And then I have, who do I have in here? Jeb, I think, is the only pilot I have. Yes. Okay. Then we will launch. And the more horizontal I am, the less the apoapsis will climb and the more periapsis will climb, which is what we want in order to get orbital. 90. Okay, so let's see. Apoapsis is here. Add. Boom, boom, boom. Rolling the mouse wheel forward. 75 over there. 88. 91. Close enough. Circular orbit for what we're doing. And throttle off. Okay, 95 and 90, so I'm a little bit higher. I did start cutting throttle down a little early because I didn't want to pass it like big time, but that's okay. Like I said, we're just shooting for the moon, which is right here. We are going to, what did I do? I right, no, I left clicked on it, set it as target, and then do a Hohmann transfer, which means that we're going to throttle up on this side of the planet in order to raise the altitude on this side of the planet to go out to there, but we're not going to be able to just shoot for here. We actually have to lead the moon a little bit. Put the moon at about 2 o'clock, and then we are going to add maneuver, and then roll forward on the mouse wheel until we get an encounter. And then we can move this around to fine tune it. And then what we want to do is this purple here is predicted path of where the moon is going to be. This is where it is now. But yeah, what we're going to want to do is go out and then come around this side of the moon. So that way when we leave the moon, its gravity is pulling us this way. It slows us down. And then it gives us a re-entry free return without having to burn fuel back to Kerbal. That's how the astronauts did it back in the day. So anyway, we got a PE here of 1 million, 1.13. Let's get to the other side of this. Yep, PE is here. Because when we reach here, it'll be shortest distance, and then the moon's going to keep going that way, so we can adjust. So we're a little bit early, or we're a little bit later, and a little more altitude maybe. It's more art than science, even though it's probably a lot of science too. Let's see. We are going to be on the wrong side of the moon, I think. We want to be on this side. But we still want to be caught by it. Okay. 378, that's good enough. So now we wait 17 minutes for our 31-second burn. And we wait by making sure everything's cool here. And then, oh, that's Valerie, or Valentina, and the others, I'm assuming. Yep. Okay, so we are now going to point prograde, which is the automated button here. And I'd like it to be this way. And then you see our little pink indicator here, that's the moon, because we set it as a target. And we are 40, so half of 31 is 15 and a half. And this time we are going to center on the blue, just so it's a little more accurate. Okay. Left index on the X. Boom. Full throttle. And then we're going to be concentrating on staying on the blue marker, which shouldn't move too much until the very end. It's probably going to whip around the other side. At that point, we'll just fine tune on our own. Make a mid-course correction. Yeah, I notice I explain a lot of the maneuvers and sciences and stuff like that. I don't really know if I need to, but I don't know if this is your first time watching any of my videos. So, I mean, if you don't know something and I can help you out, then I have accomplished something. Anyway, I should have had this view on when it was going, but yeah, the blue line that was circular as we were accelerating, it lifted up until it eventually reached the moon's sphere of influence. This is where we will go from Kerbal sphere to the moon sphere, sphere of influence. And as you can see, our predictor has us actually crashing into the moon. When we get about here-ish or so, we will correct to make it swing around this way. We're not going to be orbiting like that. We're just going to be going boom around and then shooting back out this way and then coming back to Kerbal. So, we will set a marker here. And then we will go this way maybe. Maybe no. Oops. Maybe we'll slow down. Like I said, it's more art than science sometimes. And I can see on the predictor that it's starting to get on this side. But then it pulls one of those maneuvers. Okay, yeah, we can also overlet at this point. I think we're like 1.2 million meters away from the moon. We can still change it when we're up there. So we will get rid of that. And we are going to warp to here. Okay, there goes Kerbal. And warp has ended. We are still looking cool. We're going to F5 before we change spheres. And then we are going to warp to here. Just past. Boom. See? Now we are under the influence of the moon. And then we are going to add a maneuver here. And we are going to let you guys see it. Rolling forward on the mouse pad, and then we want a pretty low PE because we're going to do low science. And we are going to go basically skirt the moon here. Remember, there is no atmosphere, so we can get right down to the surface if we wanted. But we don't want to live that dangerously. Okay, 18,000. Let's go 19.5. Does that sound good? Okay. And that is 2.5 minutes off. That gives me time to do some science. Where did I put those? And then I always test my science on the thermometer because it's the easiest to reset. Just to make sure we're in a good spot. High over the moon. Okay, yes. 16 science, look at that. Measuring the temperature in space appears to be quite impossible, as there is no matter around to be either hot or cold, except the spacecraft and the thermometer itself. This is probably going to give the R&D guys something to think about for a while. So yes, we will keep that. Grab this. We're going to lock that. And then, yeah, the reason I brought this science container is I can just go here, collect all, then it resets the thermometer for another use. And we got one stored data. Isn't that special? Okay. Conduct survey. 50 sciences. High radiation environment caused a few of the samples to glow. Looks like it would be fun to paint the rocks with this. Boom, 50 sciences. And we're going to leave those doors open because it'll remind me that I've already used it. And then we have some goo. Open that door here. Oh, service bay. Okay. Duh. If I learn to read good. We're gonna conduct this. We get 20 more sciences. The goo seems less dense here. Boom. That one's expended. Because the goo and the science containers are one-time use only. So we got thermometer, pressure, other goo, and then other science junior. We are going to do a crew report. While in space, you look at the surface of the moon and try to find a good landing space. The inside of the craters might be the best option. I cannot read out loud. I have known that for a very long time though, so it's not news. Then we are going to container collect all. See? Then it all transfers. Junior, goo, crew report, all that good stuff. And then I'm gonna move this over here just so I don't get confused-ified. And then we are going to F5. Oh, we passed our turn marker. Dang it. we're still, that's why we do things way above the atmosphere. Yep, see, we missed. Boom, add maneuver. We do the same thing again, zoom out so you can see. See, the closer you are to a celestial body, the more fuel it'll take to do the maneuver, and that's why you want to do them out far. 19.6, okay. And we are at the marker already. Jeez, this is going a lot faster than I had planned. Okay. But it's not a very long burn, so. Okay, our control module, or command module, is not very strong in the commanding area. Go throttle up. We are changing. We are. Boom. Periapsis is. Oh, we're already at 19.6. What am I looking at? I'm looking at apoapsis, which is infinite because it goes out into back into Kerbal space. Okay, now we are going to go around this side instead of around this side. And I think, oh, we didn't do EVA yet. Let's do this. We always quick save before going EVA. Boom. EVA. You have recorded observations around this situation for 16 science. Boom. Okay. And we will get back in the ship. Turn SAS back on, because when you exit, it turns everything off. And we are going to F5 again now that we're back in. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. And we are going to speed up a little bit. Actually, I'm going to use the alarm clock feature. I used to use Kerbal alarm clock all the time. I haven't really used this one a whole lot. Create alarm. Yeah, it looks pretty much like Kerbal alarm clock. We want to do what? Display an on-screen message. We want to halt the current time warp and return to one-time speed. We want periapsis. And we want 1 minute, and because they have seconds, minutes, hours, days, years, and then add alarm. There. I think we're cool. 1 minute 10, and then, or no wait, 1 hour 10 minutes 31 seconds, 1 hour 11 minutes and 20 some odd seconds. Okay, see. Plethora of time to screw around, mess things up. Then we will fast forward. And then I F5'd after we got back in the ship, so if the alarm clock doesn't work, then we can go back and try it again. Periapsis, delete and close. Alright. And I just realized periapsis is at 9 instead of 19. Did I misread that earlier? I could have sworn it said 19. I didn't hit anything, did I? Or, I don't think I did. Alright. Temperature. We are near the Mun. Boom. We are, boom, space near the mountain, so it's not saying any specific locations yet. Read 0. Goo. Feels right at home here. And then Science Junior. 75. High radiation, be fun to paint rocks or rockets. Boom. Maybe not rockets, but you know, rocks. Okay. Where did my? It's too dark to see. Boom. Container, collect all items stored. All right. Oh yes, and I have to F5 and EVA. EVA. You record the situation. And a crew report. Okay, look at the cold gray surface. It looks really beat up with craters. Boom. And then we will collect that. All items stored. Then it was 11 again. 11 items. And then now we can close the service bays. I can barely see. There we go. And ponder the magnificence of the totally not seeable surface, which is 19,000 meters down now. So we are climbing back up. And see, we are going to leave going this way, but the whole time we're going this way, the moon is going to be pulling on us and slowing us down so that we will eventually form this arc, which will put us at 900 meters above Kerbal. And then once we get to here, I think this is the indicator of where we're going to come out. And then we will slow down so our PE drops into the atmosphere. And then we will drop the AP down until we land. And we might be able to do that in one hop. We're light enough, so shouldn't be an issue. We are going to... Oh, is this the warp? Nope. Cancel. And cancel. We'll just warp to here manually. Goodbye, moon. See you later. It looks like we weren't perfectly straight when we went to the moon. We got delete and close. Delete and close. We left the moon at an angle, so then yeah, we're gonna be orbiting at a little bit of an angle, which is okay. Boom. Alright, we just turned blue, so we are back in Kerbal's sphere of influence. We got the PE here, we're going to right click on that. Got the AP there, we're going to right click on that. And then we are going to make a maneuver. And we're going to slow down. Oops, where'd it go? to go about 38,000 meters. Should be good. There it is. When you roll back on the wheel, it takes large chunks, and we go forward, it's a little more fine-tuned. All the maneuver nodes here at 38. Let's do 38.4, just to give it a couple of extra seconds in the atmosphere. And then 4 minutes for 5 seconds. We're gonna warp. And we are at 1 minute. We want to go retrograde because we're slowing down. Ow. Boom. Let's F5 real quick. Good idea to do it before any maneuver. And then we are gonna forward time a skosh, back down. And then this burn is a little bit more critical, so I'm gonna do an at5 and do a half burn. Half throttle burn, just so it doesn't zoom past. Go. Periapsis 44.6. I think we can do. Yeah, there we go. 38.9. That's good enough. Okay. And now we ride down to Kerbal. Okay, we're still 1.3 million meters up. There we go, 900,000. Falling. Boom. It'll go back to warp 1 on its own once we enter the atmosphere, but I just want to orientate a little more correctly before we get too close. Okay. There we are. We are in the atmosphere, and our apoapsis is coming down slowly. Periapsis is also going down. And then we're probably going to want to do a burn at periapsis. We are 1 minute 16, 1 minute 15 from periapsis. You burn at periapsis to bring your apoapsis down the most efficiently. Oh, we have arrow effect already. Okay. And as that's happening, you can see that this is coming down. Okay, camera flipped. That means that we're staying. Another neat trick you can do. Then you open up these service bays. Helps you slow down a little bit. Don't do it when you're like 2,000 meters per second, but try to make sure your science experiments don't get overheated too. And touchdown. Okay, and we got 3 milestones. Just for going past the moon, I believe. Speed record. Flyby of the moon. 1. Escaped gravitational influence of Kerbal. Escaped gravitational of the moon. We have returned home from a flyby of the moon. The one. Okay, so should get a lot of monies. Talk about a close encounter. Any closer, there'd be paperwork. We have taken our first steps towards exploring the moon. Let's keep going and see where it takes us. Okay, good. Everybody's happy. Recover. And then that should give us enough money to unlock the necessary stuff. What I need is RCS controls so I can do a rendezvous in orbit. Let's see. 366 science earned. Good, I brought it all back. I was a little worried that they were going to limit me to 100 science because we're only on level 1. So, yep, that's all the experiments. And boom, we got 5,464 Kerbucks back. And Jebediah is now level 2. So that means he can do other maneuvers, I believe. And we are going to upgrade research and development. Woo! Alright. 1.69 million next time. So that's going to be a little while off, but at this level we can do a lot of stuff. Okay, so the next time I will hopefully have a craft put together. We can go rescue them folks and continue on with our main mission. So until next time, thank you for watching. I am Doug with Narwhal Gaming, and bye bye.